Hey guys, welcome to part 1 of learning how to create a fleece puffer coat. These are my fabrics from Save-A-Thon, and this is the fabric that I will be using and the jacket that I will be using for the rough draft. And here is my sketch. As you guys can see, I am taking measurements of a coat that I already have, which you guys should be doing anyway. I'm measuring the sleeve, measuring the center back, measuring the wrist, and everything else, just to make sure if this is the shape and size that I want. And of course, I have my patterns stuck away in the closet. This is just your basic bodice I made earlier in one of my previous videos. This is my puffer coat pattern. It's just a bigger sleeve, a bigger bodice, and my neck. Next, you guys will take your basic bodice pattern and cut out all of your pieces. I'm working on the collar. It's just your basic square. Please don't overthink. As you can see, it's your basic square. It might have to be cut off later on, but I'm just showing you guys what it will look like sooner or later. Now, as you guys can see, there is no proper way of doing this, but you guys know that in a puffer coat, there are lines. And thank God that my fleece has lines. So I'm just really visualizing where I want my lines to be on this puffer coat. There's no right or wrong way to where you want the lines for your puffer coat, but have fun with it. You can do straight lines, zigzag lines, etc. And here I am done. So I have, I think, a total of 1, 2, 3. I have 3 lines for my puffer coat. And you will do the same thing to your sleeve and to your center back. The same exact method. Put your pins, put as much pins as you can. And as you guys can see, I'm matching up my plaids to see and hopefully that the lines are the same on both sleeves, on both sides. And I love this print. It's giving me very festive. It's giving me Christmas. It's giving me, you know, expensive, you know. Next, I'm also using this gray fleece for my lining. You will take your patterns you already cut out already and trace them. You are tracing your lining with the same patterns you already have. Next, you will take your lining fabric and match it up with your base fabric, your main fabric, and put that to the side, just like this. After you're done, you should have all of your pieces just like this, lined with your lining fabric. And the next thing you guys will do is take your patterns to the sewing machine, and exactly where you put those pins, you will put those lines. I'm using my straight stitch right now on notch number 4 for my stitches. Doing this took me so long. I have so many pieces, and just doing lines, it took so long. But you know, if you want a puffer coat, it has to look right. So take your time, guys, and make sure you guys cut all of your threads. After you're done, you guys can't really see the lines, but I'm gonna turn it over. If you guys look really closely, you guys can see where the stitches are. I use gray for the inside and I use black for the plaid. I'm using stuffing this time. You guys know that in my past videos I didn't use stuffing, but stuffing is so much better. You guys will take your stuffing and stuff every layer. It doesn't matter if you use a lot or a little bit. This is a puffer coat, so you can make it as bulky as you want or as thin as you want. Me, I think I'm gonna do medium bulky because, you know, I don't like wearing clothes that much. And this is what it should look like. This is the front and this is the back. Eventually I'll come back and add some more stuffing as well. Once you're done, all of your pieces should look like this. Stuffing, stuffing, stuffing. Each layer should have a lot of stuffing. And make sure you guys buy enough stuffing before you start this project, because you will be mad. Next, you will take your shoulder seams and you guys will serge them, or you guys can top stitch them. After you're done, this is what you should have. So your shoulder seam should be serged, and your center fronts should be serged right now. And this is what you should have. Everything should be open. The only thing sewn is your center front and your shoulders. I'm so silly, guys. Next, you guys will take your square collar and you will stick it onto the neck. Go to your sewing machine. You can serge it or you can top stitch it. Very simple, guys. Don't overthink. And again, I'm going to say this one more time. Don't overthink. Once it's done, this is what you should have. The collar is finished. Now, the next part might be a little bit tricky. I saw this method on TikTok. This girl took her sleeve and she inserted it like this. It's not the regular way where you sew your sleeve and then you sew it into the coat. But I'm sewing my sleeve right sides to right sides and I'm pinning it all the way around like I'm showing you guys now. It was very hard to line everything up, but this is also a new method for me, but I wanted to try to see if it will work, and it worked out pretty well. As you guys can see, you'll go to your sewing machine and you will sew the sleeve just like that, from left, up, and down. Once you're done, this is exactly what you should have, and then you'll go ahead and sew the sides from the waist all the way up under the armhole, straight across to the wrist. And that's it, guys, because eventually this video became way too long. So this is part 1, and I'll see you guys in my part 2. Smooches. See you guys later. Mwah.